I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay dollars. I'm going to take it out. Marvel, you got my money.
Why
you don't have
flexing?
to worry about. You don't
stop flexing.
I ain't flexing. All I'm trying to tell you guys, this money has been saved
in that
signed,
wallet
and
as
ready
long
to
as
go.
that's
Okay,
all he's got.
They've been coming out with videos of this trailers for this movie since the beginning of the year. This movie's been done. Whatever problems it had, it's been ironed out.
That
if
wallet,
you don't like that movie, there's going to be a problem.
That wallet is a few years old because I remember seeing it some time ago, which means all of those dollar bills are just as old because big business is tight.
And dollar bills, remember.
Dollar
He's
bill.
a dollar bill guy.
Dollar bill.
So ladies, I'm sorry.
Dollar bill, dollar bill. Dollar bill. Okay, it's not a dollar bill. All right?
Yeah, put that back, Mr.
Wait, big business is so tight. How tight is he?
Okay.
Big business is so tight.
So, gentlemen,
you can turn a penny into copper wire.
Gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice, are the most powerful forces of good ever assembled. Dedicated to truth, justice, and peace for all mankind.
Hello, everybody. Spin Rack is in effect. We have Superstar.
We have Petey.
And we have Cal. We're going to be talking about.
That's me.
We know what we're going to be talking about. You know what we're going to talk about. You know what we're going to be talking about.
The movie
Thor
that
Ragnarok.
The movie that bumped the Black Panther out of its spot. Thor.
Really?
Yeah?
It was supposed to be in November.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize
I
that.
didn't know that either. Interesting. But Thor's looking off the hook. Loki's looking off the hook. Hela is off the chain. Is this movie going to hit?
Have you read any of the reviews for it?
The reviews have been coming out.
Anybody read any of the reviews?
I
No,
just
we
saw
have
the
not.
tomato.
I read one, and it was like the worst. This has to be the most like backhanded compliment that I have ever read. This is because the lead on it was that this is the best Thor movie of all three. And then you read the article, and it's pretty much just slating the movie from start to finish, saying this is the best movie of all three, and that's not saying a lot. I was like, obviously this guy just didn't like it. He just didn't like them. He was like, he's never enjoyed them. Like, this is silly, you know, all this other type of stuff. And I always wonder about guys who approach films in that manner when you know this is what the film is supposed to be. If you just don't like these sort of films, then why don't you just pass them on to somebody else? Especially if by the third one you still don't have any enjoyment of it. But hey.
I don't know. What can you say? So, Superstar, what do you think about this film? So, what we've seen so far?
Well, so far I think it's going to be pretty good. I mean, like, the trailer surprised me with the Hulk and Loki. But, like, one of the things that really surprised me was, like, the woman with, like, the antler. Like,
Hela.
Yeah, Hela. I have no idea who she is.
She is the goddess of death.
One of our favorite characters.
Really?
We like bad guys on this show.
Okay, you do. All right.
We like bad guys on this show. Right, Petey?
She's good.
Thank you.
I need to see, I really want to see how she's going to be portrayed because I really don't want to see something where she's going to be aggrandized because she's a female villain. In the books, Mjolnir is one of the most powerful weapons in the Marvel Universe. When you're showing me Hela crush, you know, that hammer, because that's something only Odin's supposed to be able to do, if ever. And Odin, okay, is nowhere to be seen. Hela is not as powerful as Odin. So I really want to see how they're going to go about that inside of the film. And not just, well, hey, you know, since she's out female villain, we're going to give it to her, you know, along those lines. We're just going to, you know, really soup her up. In her realm of hell, she's all powerful.
Right, I was about to say.
Okay, in her realm of hell, she is all powerful. In Asgard, that would not be able to happen. And even in her realm, Odin would still, you know, take precedence. So I'm just interested in seeing that. But the other portions, I don't know. The other portions look, I mean, to be honest, it just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like it's just going to be a lot of fun from start to finish. I don't know about, you know, I don't know about, you know, strength of story and, you know, plot-wise, character-wise. It just looks like it's going to be very, very entertaining. It looks like they just wanted to make a good popcorn movie for you. And hey, what can I say? Popcorn's on in 4 weeks.
Cal?
Cal is over there.
I mean, Peter?
I'm Cal.
I'm on your mind? Is that what you're saying?
Unfortunately, you are.
It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I think the people saying it's a little too jokey. Maybe I'm worried about that, but otherwise I'm going in there. I'm expecting a lot of good things. But I think it also leads into some of the things that they're sort of saying that Marvel is talking about doing, possibly some Hulk stuff. Marvel's also talking about doing now, because DC already did it, all-female thing. So I'm not sure, as long as it's not this precursor to a bunch of other movies, I'd be fine. If it's just going to see, oh, the Hulk just jumped out into space and he's like, we got to find out. Like, I don't necessarily need to see this leading into these other films. I just want to see, hopefully it's a solid film, not precursoring even the Avengers stuff, Infinity War.
I really don't understand how, like, in the trailer, like, they somehow captured the Hulk, saying that, one, Hulk is, like, this really powerful guy. Maybe they, like, injected him with something that could, like, turn him back into Bruce Banner, or they just caught him while he was Bruce Banner. And second, like, I don't know why they would travel all the way down to Earth just so they could capture some big green guy. Like, because I don't see the point of the Hulk in here.
I mean, that's that's what we're going to see in the movie, right?
That's a good point.
That is what we're going to see in the movie.
I mean, like, because that's their mistake, not the people who made the movie, like the bad guy's mistake.
Yes, it's adding someone that's going to turn around and could destroy everything, the whole planet.
If we're looking at it, if this was like a competition and this guy, the collector's trying to get the best people possible, he's going to grab whoever he can grab. But listen, I'm not going to speculate on that. All I got to do is say this. I'm going to see the movie. I'm taking out my wallet, and I'm going to pay. I don't think this movie is going to be
George
bad.
Costanza's wallet.
This is my wallet, okay? I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay dollars. I'm going to take it out. Marvel, you got my money.
Why
you don't have
flexing?
to worry about. You don't
stop flexing.
I'm not flexing. All I'm trying to tell you guys, this money has been saved
in that wallet
and ready to go.
Okay, all he's got.
They've been coming out with videos of this trailers for this movie since the beginning of the year. This movie's been done. Whatever problems it had, it's been ironed out. If you don't like that movie, there's going to be a problem.
That wallet is a few years old because I remember seeing it some time ago, which means all of those dollar bills are just as old because big business is tight.
And dollar bills, remember.
Dollar
He's
bill.
a dollar bill guy.
Dollar bill.
So ladies, I'm sorry.
Dollar bill. Dollar bill. Okay, it's not a dollar bill. All right?
Yeah, put that back, Mr.
Big business is so tight. How tight is he?
Okay.
Big business is so tight.
So, gentlemen,
you can turn a penny into copper wire.
Gentlemen,
he's so tight.
We're going off the hook. Listen, gentlemen.
He's so tight he gives people wedgies.
There we go.
There we go.
He's so tight.
He's not tight.
He's so
Gentlemen, so we all agree we're going to enjoy this thing. We're going to go watch it. We're going to put our hard-earned money out there so Disney can just scoop it up. Right?
It looks, look, I don't know if there's really not much more I can say at this point. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I agree, I agree with Petey. If they go too far, if it gets to the point of self-parody, then I'm not going to enjoy myself. Because I don't think comic books or comic book movies ever need to get to that point where they're slating themselves. Take the world that you've created seriously. There's nothing wrong with that. We saw that Kenneth Branagh was doing in the first film, second film. If this one wants to, be more humorous, I don't have any issue with that. And it just looks like it's going to be a good, entertaining,
romp,
adventure at the end of the day. So that I don't have any issue with. But at this point, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to see it, and it's almost here.
All I hear is qualifications from you, and it's bothering me. But again, that's okay. Petey, am I hearing any qualifications from you, or are we gonna like this movie?
I don't know what you mean.
Superstar,
by that.
Am I hearing any qualifications, or are we gonna like this movie?
Good hair, was it?
I think you're gonna hear qualifications.
No, we're hearing denouncements from you. He's denounced.
All right, spin the rack out. We will watch this movie.
Oh, I would add one thing. You have to remember that. There was some, but not a lot of humor in the Stan Lee Kirby run. But then when Walt Simonson, he added just subtle bits of humor in the dialogue. And then there's moments where it's not necessarily humorous, but just for fun, without turning Thor into a joke. Like there's a scene where Thor is at his darkest moment. He's scarred. He doesn't know if there's going to be, he's lost his father. And then he goes to this person he worked with in his his human identity, and it's like with the family, it's like, oh, you're bringing someone from home. You never bring guys like this home, and he's playing with the kids, and then he's eating he's eating with them. The youngest kid is taken to him. The daughter's like, wow, and that's the thing you can play up, not just say I had to do. I think there's a scene where they show Thor and he doesn't remember his password, and the Hulk's password is strongest something or another, and it's like, I don't know if you're going to keep tearing him down, taking him down a peg. I don't know if that needs to happen because, one of the best jokes that I think Walt Simonson did was when Beta Ray Bill gets the enchantment and he turns back to his pseudo-human form. Thor turns to him and is like, well, you want to joust now? Like that sort of thing. And not that he would fight him like that, but just a joke. So.
Beta Ray Bill is not mentioned on this show.
Oh,
okay?
shut up.
Just one second. He's not mentioned on this show.
Beta Ray Bill, Beta Ray Bill, Beta Ray Bill, Beta Ray Bill
is not mentioned here. If you want to call
Beta Ray Thor,
Lady Thor,
Stormbreaker.
We don't want to talk about that. All right, but Lady Thor, look at me like that.
Scuttlebutt.
All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to rock. Spin a rack. Watch the movie. Out.